Well, all right, I will just get started. This is my first live on YouTube, so hey, dead man, how you doing? First live on YouTube. I was trying to go live just a second ago, and the chat box wasn't showing up, so I had to restart. Anyway, glad you are here, and let's just jump on into it. So today is a nice live full body energy healing. We're going to go from the head all the way down to the toe. And then after that, we are going to take some requests if there's specific things that you guys are wanting to heal and sort out. We'll get into that. And then at the end, we'll do a nice transcendental meditation or grounding. Okay. So you can just get nice and relaxed. You can take a nice deep breath in and breathe on out. And you can just set the intention to allow yourself to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy, generational trauma, conscious or subconscious, that may be keeping you from stepping into your higher self. Good morning. Hello, hello, guys. So nice to see you. We're just going to start with the head, then we're going to go down to the toe, and then we're going to take some requests, okay? All right. So also in your mind, if you'd like to just draw a little circle around your head and set the intention to release any stagnant energy in that area. Clear. Release. If you have a busy mind or any headaches or any pressure in the head, there's a lot of energy moving around. Just know that this clearing here with the head will help to clear all that out. Clear. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning. And this live will go for about an hour and a half, per se. Release. Clear. Release. You can also let me know how you guys are doing today, how the energy's feeling for you. There's been a lot going on. Clear. Hey there, Tara. Hey, Rhea. Thank you, love. We're just working on the head right now. Also, if you find yourself stuck in any negative thought loops, that's just a pattern, just a little program. All of our thoughts are just patterns and energy. And once we catch the loop, we can interrupt it, take a third person perspective of it, allow ourselves to release it, and then to think of something a little more positive. Clear. Okay, we're going to get into the ears. All right, we're going to go into here. The ears have a tendency to absorb a lot of the things that we hear in the world, and it creates subconscious beliefs that we kind of function from. And so we're just going to help to release any of the negative things you may have heard in your life. Clear. That became little subconscious programs. Release. Any of those negative things that don't support you, just set the intention to release. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. So many unexplained frequencies. Yeah, there's been a lot energetically going on and shifting. A lot of high pitch ringing as well. Release. Clear. Lots of yawning. That's always a good release, you guys. If you're yawning, if you're sneezing, if you're coughing, also if you feel emotional, those are all signs of releasing energy. Energy's moving around, coming out. Clear. Release. Okay, we're going to do some sinus stuff as well. I'm feeling something going on here, but we'll get to that when we take some requests. Release. Clear. There we go. Okay, we're going to move down into the neck pretty soon. Activate that throat chakra and clear out any of the stagnant energy, potentially keeping you from speaking your truth or any reactionary things that may be happening in your throat. But let's just move down there. We will get to the sinuses in a bit. We'll just go through the whole body and then we'll come back up here and do some of the sinuses specifically. So no worries, we'll get to that. I think we'll do like a half hour of requests. Clear, release. Okay. All right, let's do jaw as well before we get to the neck. It's all connected. But in your mind, you can draw a circle around your jaw here. Set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, any tension. Clear. Okay, we'll be taking requests in a bit, so you can let me know your request when I open for that, okay? And we'll try and get to it. All right, we're just in the jaw here. Release. Clear. And thanks for being here, guys. It's been so nice being on YouTube. I'm usually over there on TikTok, but I thought, why not come over to YouTube? And honestly, the crowd over here is really lovely. The connection is just really nice. And I'm happy that I can make these longer videos to support you in the spaces that you're in. Clear. Release. From your spine to your head. Yeah. Awesome. A lot of the time we get chronic tension in our jaw because our nervous system is kind of in fight or flight. It's a little bit of a response of feeling unsafe. And that can become subconscious where it just becomes our new normal. We don't even realize that we feel that way. Clear. But when we loosen up that energy, it can feel a lot more relaxed and soften. Clear. Oh, hey there, Cassandra. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Release. Okay, we're going to go down into the neck and the throat. Okay, so in your mind, I'd like you to just draw a circle around your throat. Okay, and set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, stuck energy in the throat area. Clear. Oh, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Warzone is not fun. Oh, sleeping mutie. I'm glad. Awesome. Okay, just get into this throat area here. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. There we go. All right. Oftentimes as well, we can kind of have cords in the back of the neck. That's not necessarily connected to a specific person, but it's almost like it's connected to society. When we're kind of a little bit more unconscious, we can have programming that goes through our mind that comes from outside. So we're going to pull a cord in the back of the neck after we release some of this stuff in the front of the throat. Clear. Release. Clear. Release. Release. Clear. All right. If you're feeling sore, you're feeling any discomfort in your body, a lot of the time that's just energy moving and releasing. Oftentimes, like if your muscle is contracted for a really long time and it gets kind of stuck that way. And then when it releases, it's almost like there's a pain or an uncomfortable feeling when it releases. That can be what happens when you release certain energy from certain areas of the body. It's like that area of the body stops contracting and that whatever was stuck there gets to move and release. Clear. All right, we're going to go to the back of the neck now. We're going to clear this cord in the back of the neck. Release. There we go. No worries. Clear. All right. Also, sometimes the body can almost resist energy work. Not that it's actually working when it's resisting, but if you feel a little tense, just allow yourself to breathe and soften into that tension. It'll help the energy move around. You felt that down your spine. I literally was going right down the neck as well. Bringing some energy down into there. Okay. Release. Clear. Clear. Release. Thanks, Cassandra. I appreciate you. All right. I'll probably go back up into the throat, but let's get into the shoulders now, okay? So in your mind, just draw a circle around your shoulders, your upper shoulders, your shoulder blades, and we'll get into those. We'll start with the upper, and then we'll get to the shoulder blades. There's always some crunchy bits back there. All right, so let's go into your upper shoulders. Ooh, my hands are tingling. Release. Clear. There we go. All right. Ooh, yeah. Sometimes we carry a lot of energy, a lot of weight that actually doesn't belong to us. Clear. And we can kind of do that since we're children, especially if we're trying to protect ourselves or try to make our parents feel good or take things on for others. But we don't always learn how to transmute that energy. We just end up taking it on. And so what I'd like you to do is just in your mind right now, set the intention to allow yourself to release any old energy, foreign energy that you may have taken on for others that you no longer need to be carrying. Release. Clear. Excuse me. Clear. Alrighty. We're gonna go into the shoulder blades. Also, clear. Release. Okay, let's get into the shoulder blades now. Excuse me. Clear. Oops, hold on. YouTube is sending something. Oop, okay. Okay. Sorry. First time going live on YouTube, guys. Little things are popping up over here. Release. It's going to a slightly different meaning. Transmuting energy. Yeah, when I mentioned transmuting energy, you can actually turn a lower vibrational energy into a higher vibrational energy, or you can turn it at least into a neutral energy so it doesn't go somewhere to affect somebody else or to continue to affect yourself. It's basically alchemy, which is transmuting energy, integrating it. Also, when we do that with emotions, for example, if we're transmuting a difficult period of our life, it's basically coming to an understanding of the difficult period from a more third person perspective instead of a personal perspective, to where you can take the lesson from it and use it to benefit you and others moving forward, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's basically just neutralizing that energy. Release. How can we learn to do that? Maybe I'll make a video on that. It's not so difficult, but I think one of the best things to do, especially when it comes to emotional energy, because most negative energy is emotional, is to be able to separate yourself from the emotion, understanding that the emotion is just energy. Even if it feels uncomfortable, it's not innately bad. And when we can stop identifying with it as being us, separate ourselves from it, we can feel it. We can allow ourselves to feel the discomfort of it. It moves through us and then it releases. It becomes a neutral energy when you allow it to move up and move out and move through. So basically being able to sit with it and feel it at its fullest will dissolve it. Okay. It's almost like, we're kind of trained in this world to hold on to negative things and judge ourselves for negative things, or hold anger towards others and just carry it. It's almost like holding in a poop. The poop is a negative energy that wants to come out, but you're holding it in. It's going to be uncomfortable. And you keep it in there, you make yourself sick. Right. And so all you need to do is just allow yourself to release and soften and let it out. It's going to be uncomfortable when it comes out, but you're going to feel better afterwards when you let it release. Right. I hope that makes sense. Sorry for poop analogies. Clear. Awesome. Okay, there we go. Clear. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that's helpful for your stiff neck. Release. Ooh, yeah, I love upper body stuff. Oh, thanks, Frank Robinson. It's lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me over here, guys. Also, YouTube has been such a special space. It's just so lovely getting to interact with everyone and provide these spaces. Means a lot. At some point, I will be posting my story for YouTube. It is on my Instagram and my TikTok, my story. But I think I'll do another one for YouTube. Just so you know what I've been through and how I got to where I am now, Clear. Okay, we'll get to that when we take requests. All right, we're gonna move down into the heart. Ooh, there we go. Also, if you're cracking bones, sometimes that's energy moving as well. Release. Shoulders, arms. Okay, we're gonna get to the heart. Ooh, the heart is always crunchy. We always have some crunchy energy going on in there. So in your mind, I'd like you to just draw a circle around your heart, set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy. We may do a little mental rewiring here. This is something I actually do with my clients for the heart area, just so that you can start to process some things in your own subconscious mind. But let's just pull some energy out of here first. Release. Yeah, clear. Release. There we go. Clear. Release. Okay, guys, we're going to do a little gold coin for 10 jewels. Oh, I don't even know what that is, but thank you. We're going to do a little mental rewiring process for the heart. All right. So what I'd like you to do is just draw your attention to your heart Just become aware of that area now. And oftentimes, when we experience heavy things or difficult things in our past, especially in childhood, what we do to protect ourselves is create walls around the heart to keep ourselves safe. But unfortunately, the walls that we create to protect ourselves are made of the same energy that we're trying to protect ourselves from. So we build a wall with fear, we build the wall with anger, we build the wall with protection, that kind of thing. And like energy attracts like energy. Okay. And this wall was meant to protect you. It served its purpose for a while, but just allow yourself now to feel any wall that's around your heart that you may have created when you were younger as a form of protection, just becoming aware of it now. And you can say in your mind, wall, thank you for being here. I know you were here to protect me. And I created you the best I knew how for my own protection. But I no longer need you where I'm going. Clear. And begin to see, sense, and feel that wall breaking down, crumbling, and falling from around your heart. Release. And as it falls and releases, begin to see a boundary of light appear around your heart. This boundary of light carries your wisdom, your knowledge from the past pain of past experiences. It allows for compassion for yourself, most importantly, and perhaps others. And it allows for expansion rather than contraction. And just feel that lightness around your heart as you now have a boundary of light that is of a higher vibration rather than a wall that was created by a younger version of you. Knowing that this boundary of light around your heart will attract more of what you would like in your life because it is made of that same energy of what you would like more of in your life. Beautiful. Clear. Also, I don't know how these lives work, but if you're enjoying this, feel free to like the live, tap the hearts. I suppose I'm supposed to say that. Just getting to this heart area. We'll do a nice little energy transmission in this area too, because we could all use a little more love. Clear. Release. Clear. Release. Yes. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. In the heart area. Release. Clear. Release. Okay, we're going to do a little energy transmission for the heart, okay? I'd like you to draw your attention to your heart space. Okay, and just take a nice deep breath in and out. Just going to send over a little energy into the heart of love and appreciation. I think anyone who is seeking to better themselves and to heal and to become a better version of themselves, you need to give yourself so much more credit. Give yourself credit for where you are, how far you've come. Life isn't always easy, but you've been doing really well. And if you're here, you're definitely showing up for yourself. And you deserve to have some love shared with you. Oh, hello from Italy. Welcome, welcome. Oh, from India. Hello, hello. Okay. All right, we're going to go down into the solar plexus, into the tummy area. Or if any of you are struggling a little bit with finances or creativity or taking action in your life or just some gut stuff, we're going to clear out that area. So in your mind, just draw a circle around your stomach, your solar plexus, set the intention to release. Oh, Albania, wow. Hello, hello. Okay. Sadly, finances, it's understandable. The programming around money is very interesting. So we're just going to go into the gut. Clear. Release. There we go. Ukraine, hello, hello. Release. Clear. Hi there, Ruined Shadows. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Clear. Release. We're just getting into the stomach here, guys, the solar plexus area, and the gut. You can also allow yourself to set the intention to release any old karmic contracts. Is that something that you believe in? It's really just old coding connected to past lives or connected to your life earlier in this life or family generational stuff. Clear. There we go. Usually when I clear that out, when I'm working with clients and we're doing some karmic contracts or releasing generational trauma, that stuff can come out looking like scrolls sometimes, or paperwork, which is kind of funny. Saudi Arabia, hello, hello. Welcome. I love how international it is over here. Clear. There we go. Release. Clear. You're so pretty, by the way. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate you. Clear. We tend to hold so much in the gut as well. We can have a lot of repressed emotions in there. We can unintentionally put guilt, anger, shame, fear in the gut, and your digestive system will kind of show you what emotions you have going on in there depending on how it functions. Clear. You can just allow yourself as well to set the intention to release any of those negative, lower vibrational emotions, conscious or subconscious. Release. Clear. There we go. Nice. All right, we're going to get down into the groin area in just a bit. Release. I'm 33. My birthday's in October. Clear. Gut one's a big one for you. Yeah, we'll get back to the gut as well if we need to do a little extra. We do the requests, but we're going to go down now into the groin, into this solar plexus, the sacral area, the womb area, sacral area, into the hips. So in your mind, just draw a circle around that whole entire area, the sacral, the hips. We're just going to get in there and help to release that energy. You look like 18. Thank you. I appreciate that. Far from 18, thank goodness. Clear. Release. Oh, thank you, Badfinger. Appreciate you. It does bring me a lot of joy to be able to offer support in this way and to know that it's being received in a way where it's really helpful. It means the world. I know how it feels to be in spaces where you feel like you're alone. And if I can help you feel less like that, but also help you to step into your power, I'm happy to do that. Violet Weaver, hi. Violet Weaver is from TikTok. It's been a while since I've gone live on TikTok. Nice to have you here, hon. We're just working with the sacral right now. Clear. And then we're going to do the root. And then after that, we'll take some requests, okay? Clear. Release. Clear. Release. TikTok's banned in India. Oh, wow. I see. I know it's getting banned in a lot of places. I guess it is a little bit of a strange platform. I'm in Thailand, so it's not banned here. Clear. But I'm glad you can catch me over on YouTube. How do you protect? I'm going to make a video for that. My idea in terms of protecting energy comes a lot more from your internal space outward more than the outward inward. And so if you can shift your internal state and raise your frequency from inside, nothing can really affect you internally, or come from outside externally can affect you, if that makes sense. I'm going to make a video for that and kind of walk everyone through how they can do that. Clear. Release. Okay. Release. All right, guys, let's get down to the root, the base of your tailbone, so you can feel more grounded in yourself. Oh, thank you, love. You're rather on TikTok, yeah. I honestly, it's been a little chaotic recently with planning and time and all that. Not in a negative way, just I'm kind of doing things in the present moment, but I will be more organized. So I will let people know as well on TikTok when I'm going live on YouTube, and also when I go live on TikTok, because I will be going live there again as well. All right, draw your attention to your tailbone. Okay, set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy, generational trauma, conscious or subconscious from your tailbone. Clear your root. Usually if we're in a state of fear, our tailbone can be clogged, or if we don't feel like we're in our bodies, our tailbone can be a little clogged, our root can be a little clogged. Aw, thanks, Catty Cat. It's nice to have you here. On your bucket list, Thailand's a great place to come. You should definitely come here. The energy here is a lot more relaxing than the States, because that's where I'm originally from. Release. Here we go. Releasing that tailbone, root chakra area. There. Well, happy to have you here. Okay. Release. All right, guys. Make sure I'm good on time. All right. So if you have any specific requests, we're going to do some requests now. We may not be able to get to all of them, but we'll do as much as we can. And if there's any like repeat requests, then we'll do the ones that are most requested by all of you first. Okay. The back. All right, let's get into the back. Also, we're going to do the spine with the back. All right. So let's go into the back. Yeah. All right. In your mind, just draw a circle around your back or the area of your back that you feel a little crunchy. Let's come in the pelvis. Okay, we'll get down there as well. Okay. You do healing for OCD, just compulsive disorder. I think for OCD, there is energy that we can do working with that. There's some emotional stuff there of protecting and need of control, that kind of stuff, but also hypnosis would be good for that. And I'm making some hypnosis tracks soon that I'll have on YouTube. So I'll try to make a hypnosis for that. I'm just going to get into the back first, guys. Then we can get into knees. God, maybe we'll see. Release. Just focusing on the back here first. Clear. Release. Oh yeah, there's always a lot of stuff in the back. Clear. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do a little mental exercise for the back as well. What I'd like you to do, it's a little backpack practice. It's something I also take my clients through when they're carrying a lot that doesn't belong to them. That's why, or that can be part of why your back gets a bit crunchy. So in your mind, just imagine that you're carrying a backpack, okay? And viscerally feel the straps on your shoulders. Allow yourself to feel the weight of these straps, the weight of the backpack, knowing that what you're carrying inside this backpack is all that stuff that doesn't belong to you, generational trauma, expectations from other people, other people's emotional weight, whatever you're carrying from work or from family. Just feel the weight of this backpack. And in your mind, say to yourself now, this is all stuff I don't need to be carrying, and I allow myself to let it go now. And just imagine one hand taking one strap off and the other hand taking the other strap off and dropping it down into the earth. There we go. Nice. You're currently wearing a backpack, so you can do it in your mind. It works mentally as well, right? You don't need to actually take off your physical backpack, but you could. Who knows? That might actually trigger your subconscious a little more. Who knows? Clear. Release. All right, we're going to bring some energy down from above into your back. You can do this along with me if you would like. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just imagine a beam of light coming from above into the top of your head, going through the back of your head, through the back of your neck, and then spreading through your back, moving through your back and your spine, down, down, down to the base of your back. Clear. Okay, I'm just going to go in. Release. There we go. Release. Is the sound gone? Sounds good here? Okay, good. All right. Release. Okay, clear. Release. All right, let's see where we can go next. We'll do a little more with the back. Oops. Oh, someone said, let's do the pelvis and then we can do knees. Hands would also be pretty good. Sinuses. Let's see intuitively where we're going. All right, let's get into, yeah, we're going down. So let's get into the pelvis. All right, your hips, that area. Then we can do the knees while we're down there, and then we'll come back up, okay? So in your mind, just drop down into your hips and your knees, not in your knees, your hips and your pelvis area. Okay, your groin. Can you do breast? Yes, we can do the breast, the chest area for sure. Okay, so we're just going to kind of get into the hips, the pelvis, any tension in there, any pain, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and physical pain is all energy. You can release that energy with energy. Just getting in there. Release. Clear. There we go. Also, you don't really feel like you have anything going on in your hips. The hips can actually kind of carry a lot of subconscious stuff. So you may have something in there that you don't really know about. Just set the intention to allow it to release. Release. Clear. Also, guys, feel free to let me know how you're feeling. If you're feeling a little lighter, if you're feeling any sensations, feel free to share. Getting to the hips and the pelvis. Release. There we go. Clear. Clear. A burning feeling. Okay, yeah. It's definitely release. Clear. Release. Okay. Ooh, all right. Clear. Awesome. Magical afternoon after a good meal. It sounds good. Feel warm, comfortable, relaxed, and sore. Okay, that's good. That sore feeling will also kind of dissipate probably through the session. If you're still feeling it afterwards, just know that that's just energy moving and releasing. Clear. It'll balance out. Release. Release. All right. We're going to go into the knees as well. Okay, so we're just going to bring it from the hips, thighs, into the knees. So in your mind, just draw a circle around your knees if you have any knee crunchy business and set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, old energy, any memories as well. From the knees, clear. Release. Getting to the knees here. Yeah. Clear. Release. For body holding inflammation, we can definitely do something for inflammation and releasing that for sure. No worries. That's a good one. Usually, when we work with the nervous system, which I have a process to get right into the nervous system to help relax the body, put it into rest and digest, that helps greatly with inflammation because it allows the body to kind of start to repair itself or take attention away from the fight and flight energy and put it back into repairing the body. Clear. Release. Bring this energy into the knees. There we go. Clear. Release. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. Okay, guys. Release. Clear. All right. Okay. We'll do another whole full body balancing before we finish, so we'll get to everything again quickly. But let's go up now. Let's go into the sinuses and clear out this area and into the head. Excuse me. Excuse me. If you are also bezelching, it's just energy releasing, okay? Just kind of draw your attention to your head, your sinuses, set the intention to release any clogged energy in there. Even if you don't feel congested in there, you'll start to feel some liquids moving when we work with that. Okay, it's just getting into the head and the sinuses. Release. There we go. Release. Here we go. Oh, thanks for being here. Clear. Oh, I'm glad it's helpful, hon. There we go. Clear. All right. To the sinus area here. Clear. Release. Release. All right. Clear. All right. How are your sinuses feeling? A little congestion moving around in there. Release. Clear. Okay. Clear. Release. Okay. Let's see how much time. Oh my gosh, it's already been 45 minutes already? It's being unintentional. Thanks for sharing your gifts. Well, thanks for being here, Brent. I'm glad to have you here. It's my absolute pleasure. Okay, we're going to do one more bit into the sinuses, and then we're going to go down. And you can also put in the comments again what you're wanting, what you are requesting, and then we'll try to get to it instead of me scrolling all the way back up. So we've already done the hips, the pelvis, and the knees, and now we're in the sinuses. And we can also get to some emotional stuff too, guys. So if there's like anxiety that you're wanting to work on, or anger you're wanting to work on, we can start to help to release some of that stuff as well. Okay. Hello. Welcome, welcome, Thrive. Okay. Well, actually, I think the chat's delayed a little bit too, so I might be getting your messages late. So let's see where we can go to next. Oh, hands was one. All right, let's go down through. We're going to do the arms, a little bit of shoulder, arms, and then into the hands. I also like working with the hands because I believe that everyone has their own healing abilities through their hands. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is draw your attention to your arms and your hands. Yeah, my comments are delayed. All right, swollen feet, limbs, getting a little, any dregs of emotional stuff that's already been processed. Okay, what about eyesight? Eyesight, that's a good one. We can get into the eyes, arms, hurting during the session. All right, but we're going to do the arms first, and then let's get into eyesight, and we can go down to the feet again as well a bit later, and the emotional stuff. I do want to get into the emotions as well. All right, draw your attention to your arms. You can also be in your upper shoulders here, into your hands, wrists, all that stuff. Okay, I'm going to move back a little bit because I kind of like to pull the arms like this. Okay, so we're just going to work with the arms here, shoulders, arms. Release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy stuck within the arms. Into the hands. Clear. Release. Hands. Clear. There we go. Get into the left arm here. Release. Into the hands. Wrists. Clear. We're at the wrists, hun. Let's work with the left arm first. I'm going to get over to the right one. There we go. To the wrists and the hands. We'll do another one for hands in just a second as well. Let's get over to the other arm. Clear. Clear. Release. Ooh, clear. All right, we're going to do a little further into the hands and the wrists intentionally here. Okay. Clear. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, guys. I do not take your presence for granted. It's nice to have you on the live. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. Wrists, hands. Clear. And going into the wrists and the hands. Clear. Release. Okay. Kind of like a good massage. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Fractured feminine when you get the emotional stuff. Okay. Let's see. We were going to do some other things just before the emotional space. The eyesight. Okay. I did want to do that. I'm going to do the eyes. You're welcome. I'm glad it was helpful, hon. Let's go up to the eyes. The eyes are always helpful to clear out, especially when we feel a little unconscious. Go to the bathroom a lot right now. Is it because it's an unsettled bladder, or are you drinking a lot of water? But we can get down in that area, okay? The sacral area is important. And we can get into the throat as well, okay? But first we'll do the eyes. Just draw your attention to your eyes here. We can actually do all three. So if you want to also work on now just the last week, okay, we can get into the bladder. That's just helpful in general for a lot of people. But let's get into the third eye and your eyes here. So this whole area here, we're going to help to clear on out. It's all connected, okay? Just draw your attention to this area. Set the intention to allow yourself to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy, any memories of things that you saw that you probably didn't want to see, or just any old information that may be stuck in the eyes that could be distorting your vision. Clear. Yeah. Release. You can also just set the intention to release any rose-colored glasses that you may have. Clear. Release. 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 Clear. Release. There we go. Teeth would be a good one too. Has anyone had any teeth stuff going on lately? For some reason, this month has been like a thing for teeth for a lot of people. Just getting into the eyes still in that third eye area. Clear. Release. Wisdom teeth, yeah, okay. Bladder. We'll get to the bladder, hon. Release. We'll do the teeth first, and then we'll get to the bladder. It's crazy how fast time is going. It's already been an hour almost. Oh my goodness. So happy to have you guys here, though. Really nice going live for the first time on the YouTube. Clear. Release. Clear. Oh, appreciate you. Okay. Let's get into the eyes a little bit more. we go. Release. Okay, and we're going to go down and move down into the teeth. Okay. Just moving down into your teeth area here. We can also be working on the jaw. If you feel any jaw tension, so this whole bit here, we're going to get in there. And just set the intention to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs, old energy from around your teeth, and also just set the intention to have strong, healthy teeth. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. Also, if you're enjoying the live, guys, feel free to like the live, share the live, or whatever it is you can do over here on YouTube. I don't know how it works over here, but it helps the live, the channel, all that good stuff. Clear. Release. Release. Clear. Oh, you're welcome, Crystal. Well, thank you for being here. Release. Clear. All righty. All right. Clear. Okay, we're going to go down into the bladder after the teeth. Smash that like button. Thanks. Appreciate that shout out. Is there a specific part of the body that makes you feel heavier while cleansing it? No, actually, there's not. It depends on if I'm working one-on-one with a client. Depends on where they're carrying the most heaviness, but I don't personally feel heavy, but I can sense where the heaviness is, if that makes sense. Clear. Oh, sweetheart. I can give an energetic hug. But no, that means a lot, though. I'm glad that the healing sessions have been helpful for you and that you all are here for the live. Appreciate it. Okay. And also maybe I can go live as well just to have some chat and just to answer some questions on energy, on healing, on how to protect yourself, that kind of stuff as well. Those are always helpful questions to answer. Clear. All right, let's get down into the gut. Cecilia, oh, thank you. Appreciate it. It's my pleasure. Let's move down to the bladder, all right? So if you have any bladder irritation, anything going on in there, just set the intention to allow yourself to release any of that. All that is just energy, and we can release it. Okay, here we go. Clear. Release. There we go. We'll do a little clear transmission as well for the gut, for the bladder. Okay, clear. Release. There we go. Release. Clear. What about wrinkles? We can do some stuff for the face. That could work too. A little skin repair. A little throat activation too. We could do that as well. Just working with the bladder here, though. Also, if you guys have any stuff going on in the gut, that area just in general, you can set the intention to release. This will also help to clear that out. Release. There we go. Clear. Just melting in the chair. So a good melty sensation is always a good thing. Clear. Release. Release. There we go. Release. There we go. Nice. Do you ever need a break from the energy work? No, I feel like every part of my life has to do with energy in general. So I'm always working on myself, just kind of I use energy to balance myself out and evolve and all that. And I love learning about it and expanding you know, and working with clients. I love working with clients. That being said, I can only take about 2 to 3 clients tops in a day. If I do more than that, it's kind of stretching it. So in terms of that, I don't overdo it, but I love doing energy work and helping others and also helping myself. You're just doing it by living. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Clear. Release. All right. Okay, someone was mentioning about the throat. So let's go back up to the throat here, and then we can do a little skin stuff as well for some wrinklage, but really just to repair the skin because everyone can use that. All right, so let's go to the throat. You can just draw your attention up to your throat, set the intention to release any negative stuff going on in the throat area. If you feel like you could speak more authentically, or if you feel like there's any blocks there, if there's any anger that comes out of your throat that you feel like you can't control sometimes, whatever it is, just set the intention to release that. Also, if you find yourself belching or yawning, all that stuff, coughing, crying, that's just energy moving and releasing. Clear. Excuse me. Release. Clear. Release. Okay. There. Clear. Release. Okay, I'm just going to get to the back of the neck as well. Clear. Release. All right. I'm just going to get inside. Let's do a little energy transmission for the neck. I'm feeling like there's a little itchy stuff going on in the neck. So I'll just do a little energy transmission here. And we'll do an energy transmission as well as part of the end so that the whole body feels nice and relaxed and set. Let's just go into the throat here for a second. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get into the skin. Okay. Just do the skin and the face, and then we'll move through the whole entire body. All right, just a little skin repair. You can just set the intention as well. You allow yourself to release any negative thoughts, emotions, beliefs about the skin. The whole thing around aging is an interesting thing. I think there's a lot of programming around that we're supposed to look a certain way by a certain age. I don't really believe that. We do evolve and grow and age, but not necessarily in the way that is projected in society. So I've seen some people who are older who look very young. And they also use a lot of, or have a lot of understanding of energy and holistic practices. Okay, so let's just get into the skin. We're going to work on the face first. Release. Yes, leaning down your sway. Clear. That can happen. I had such a lovely client the other day, and he was so funny. At the end, he was like, "What was I looking like? I was going like this the whole entire time." I'm like, that is okay. It happens. It happens during energy sessions. Release. Clear. Release. Clear. All right. Clear. Mm-hmm. There we go. All right, moving through the face. And in your mind, you can even say and repeat to yourself, skin, cells, repair. Skin, cells, repair. Skin, cells, repair. Release. Clear. Clear. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying my sessions. Clear. Okay, we're going to move down into the neck, the skin of the neck as well. Skin cells repair. Skin cells repair. Clear. Oh, lovely leopard. I appreciate you. I try my best. Skin cells repair. All right, we're just going to do the whole body, the whole skin, because the skin itself is the biggest organ on the body. Okay, so we're just going to do all of the skin now. It's so interesting how I want to work with the skin. It feels delicate, but also kind of intense. So anyway, we're just going to get into the skin, the cells, the whole body. Release. There we go. Clear. Also get into the fascia under the skin. There we go. Release. And then we'll get into some of the emotional stuff. I almost forgot about that. Let's do some of the emotional things. You're welcome. Hey, Thug. 481. Oh, I got nauseous. Yeah. If you're feeling some discomfort in the stomach as well, it's just energy moving and releasing. Sometimes energy work can also release toxins from the body. Can go into spaces where it will get cleared out. So if you go to the bathroom after this, or if you have to go to the bathroom now, that does happen sometimes. No worries. Release. Clear. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to do some stuff for the emotional spaces. I got shivers. Yeah. The skin is very interesting. It's a delicate piece. A lot of people forget the skin, but it carries a lot. Skin does carry a lot. It takes all the stuff that we experience in the physical, all the air and the things that we roll around on, and it's a very strong organ. We can make it even stronger with energy. Clear. All right, let's work on some emotional stuff. So if you have any emotional discomfort, whether it's anxiety or maybe you hold anger in a certain space or shame or anything, what I'd like you to do is just feel where you feel that most in your body. Okay, and in your mind, draw a circle around that emotional area, wherever that is, or maybe it's a numb feeling, tight feeling. Maybe you have a hard time feeling emotions because it's capped by something. Just draw your attention to that, okay? And we're going to set the intention to release any of that uncomfortable emotional energy. Maybe the air quality too. Maybe water quality. It can be. It depends. I live in Thailand. They have lots of chlorine in their water. But there are things that you can do. Energy, it's interesting when you understand that everything is energy. There's a lot that you can do to actually repel some of the negative impact that we experience externally. Okay. Okay, let's get into the emotional space here. Shivers and nauseous, energy moving, purging. Yes, thank you for writing that. I program my water. I do that too. When I remember, sometimes I don't remember, but I do that as well. There's a lot that we can alchemize and shift to be safer for us. Clear. Release. There we go. Release. Clear. There we go. Emotional stuff there. Release. Let's get in there. Clear. Release. There we go. Awareness is key and then just intent. Yeah, that's very good. How funny you are. Oh, thank you. Gotta have a little humor in this world. Clear. All right. All right, guys, okay. And also, if there's something that you know that triggers you, you can think about that right now and allow that emotion to come up. Remind yourself that the emotion is just energy. It's a signal of what needs to be resolved and released. And all that really needs to be released is the emotional energy. Okay. So that trigger becomes less and less sensitive till it's no longer a trigger. Okay. Just feel that emotional energy wherever you feel it in your body. Draw a circle around that part of the body. Set the intention to release. Clear. Release. There we go. Clear. Nice. Clear. There we go. Nice. Just joined. Did we do hips? Yeah, we did do hips. We did. We might be able to go down there. I have 15 minutes left. Oh, the time is going so fast. We may be able to go to the hips again, love. But I'll be going live a little bit more, at least twice a month. I think I'll go live on YouTube. And I'll also try to go live twice a month on TikTok. Schedule's been a little bit all over the place, but I think we're all kind of coming into a space where we will start to have more of a routine that's a bit more solid, that also reflects our higher self, all that good stuff. I've been led to clear a lot of Thai curses recently. Not sure if they're current or past. Oh, interesting. Sounds very interesting. I if you've seen my life story, which is posted on my TikTok or my Instagram, you would know that I've experienced a lot of what one would consider curses through family and that kind of stuff. All curses really are is an intention matched with an emotion of wanting a specific outcome in a negative way. That's all it is. Sometimes when we give something the label of curse, it makes it bigger than it actually is. When you can get emotionally and energetically above that, the curse itself will dissolve. Um, at least that's what I've noticed. I've had spiritual attacks sent to me by family and stuff when I left. I used to be in a cult that my dad created. Anyway, that's a whole other story. I will explain and share that later. But when you leave spaces like that, that is controlled in a way of fear and superiority and spiritual abuse, all that kind of stuff, those people that you leave don't really like it when you leave, and they will try to send things to you that could be called a curse, that could be called an attack. But if you are not on the same energetic wavelength and frequency as their attack, it cannot affect you. And negative energy is always weaker than positive energy, and not some egoic way. Just scientifically, that vibration is slower, positive, higher vibrations faster. It can't exist here simply because of the energy. All of the stuff is measurable too, which is pretty cool. What about great wire rituals and stuff like that? It's the same. It can look a certain way, and the only thing where I think a lot of darkness and negativity likes to appear a certain way to give the illusion that it is strong. They know that a certain appearance can create fear. The fear ends up being a doorway to allow whatever their energy is to come through. You think about vampires in the movies, they have to get you to consent to let them in. It's very similar to negative energy or attacks and all that kind of stuff. Okay. But don't worry, guys. I will make a video on clearing your energy, protecting yourself, which really consists of raising your internal vibration, and shifting your identity into a place of empowerment, which is why I also really, really love the combination of hypnotherapy with energy work, because it all works together. I do feel cursed. I don't know why things just don't seem to work out well. And mine things, people curse me, so I can never succeed. Most likely me. I mean, people do have intention to send things like that towards you. There's a time where I felt like I couldn't get ahead in life, and everything I did, it felt like there was something stopping me. And then I realized it was because I had an emotional door open to my father, who was the cult leader of his cult, small cult, by the way, but it was still a cult. And because I was connected to him, and because when you're connected to someone who's negative and who has negative intentions towards you, you're open to that, you will end up kind of existing within that frequency. And you want to get ahead, but you don't, because subconsciously you don't believe you can, because you're also sharing that energy and that mindset with the person that you're open to that doesn't see you in a positive way. But when you break free from that, you rewire your mind, you shift your energy, there's nothing they can do. I wouldn't be doing what I do now if I was still manipulated or under the wrath of my dad's energy, or whatever you want to call it. Then you also end up having a lot of compassion for those people as well, when you learn why people do stuff like that. Not that you have to have like over like toxic empathy or anything, but you understand that a lot of people get like that, need to be in a position of power because they're fearful, because they don't feel safe in any other way. Doesn't make it right, but I understand it. With somebody destroy their mindset, feeling dreams, dream, sad. Okay. Places bust me. Okay, comments are coming in pretty quickly. All right, guys. Let's just clear out. Let's do a little last clearing of the area that I was working on here. And then let's do a nice energy transmission. Clear. All right, let's do a nice energy. Because that's when I started with the military, I should just get rid of my old comments. All right, let's just do a nice energy transmission here. We're going to start with the heart, and then we're going to expand it out. I'm just going to send over a lot of empowered energy, love, strength, compassion, joy, all is well energy, to quiet your space, to quiet your environment, and to allow your body to reset We'll do a little nervous system activation too as well after the transmission. There we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'd like you to just take a nice deep breath in and out. Here we go. Oh, it feels so nice. Clear. Clear. There we go. Clear. All right. Okay, we're going to do a little internal shifting work. I'd like you to do this one along with me. I'd like you to draw your attention to your heart center. Center your chest where your heart is. And just imagine a point of light at the center of your chest. And this point of light contains your joy, your authentic energy, your happiness, your relaxation, your peace. And you can even think of a time where you felt really good. And just go back to that memory as if you're there again now. It can be a funny memory. It could be a time where you felt love or confident, whatever it is. Just go back to that memory as if you're there again now and feel those emotions at the center of your chest, at that point of light. I'll do it along with you. Oh, yeah. Good memory. All right. We feel that in my chest. Yeah. At that point of light. Okay. Cool. And what I want you to do now is begin to see, sense, and feel that point of light that contains that emotion expanding now through your chest, out past your ribs, out past your sides, out past your body, and into your aura. Beautiful. As you feel how you just shifted your emotional state and your internal state, knowing that those higher vibrational emotions, more positive emotions, are the higher vibrational energy, which naturally dissolves lower frequency energy. Good. And that really is one of the first steps of actually clearing your energy and protecting your energy. When you shift the inside, you turn that volume up on the good stuff, that light, expand it out. Ooh. Creates a nice barrier of higher vibrational energy. Nice. Can names be cleared? Yeah, names can be cleared. But I think what would be important is your belief around the name would be the most important to be cleared, because it's how you relate to the name in terms of how it affects you. and maybe whatever has been carried in the subconscious as well, where that's affecting you. Because I think about words, and in the American language, like the F word obviously is a very negative word. It carries negative energy because we have a certain perception of the word. But in Thailand, there is a word that is the same sound as the F word in America, but it means pumpkin. So it doesn't have the same connotation, even though it sounds the same, right? So it carries a different frequency because the intention around the word is different depending on the culture. So really you can just think of how you relate to that word, how it makes you feel, what might be around it, and then to clear that so you can feel good about your name despite what the public or societal idea of your name means, if that makes sense. All right, guys, we're going to do a little grounding now. Just to bring you back into your body. So what I'd like you to do is just imagine, or actually just draw your attention to your tailbone. All right, imagine a little beam of light shooting from your tailbone down into the center of the earth, and feel that connection to the earth. Feeling that light gravitational pull, light magnetic pull through your tailbone, through that beam of light into the earth. And just expand that beam of light out past the width of your body. So it looks like you're sitting on a tree trunk of light, or a cascade of light, waterfall of light, however you see it is fine. And just begin to feel your whole body, feeling that light magnetic pull, gravitational pull towards the earth through this beam of light, allowing yourself to become more centered in your body. Grounding now. Clear. Just grounding into your body now, allowing yourself to become more present. Clear. Release. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe on out. Okay. All right, guys, that is your energy healing session for today. I'll probably be doing these live maybe twice a month, I think. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. And let me just see the comments for now. If we're removing curses, I'm sorry you were in a cult. I mean, honestly, I appreciate the empathy there. But that period of my life actually was the foundation in which I've created the version of myself that I am today, to where I can help people kind of escape from that and heal and know that there's more than the weight of the past, right? So, but yes, I make a video to help with breaking curses. It'll be different than probably what you see usually. It'll work so that you can empower yourself to lift your energy so you don't feel cursed or worry about curses. Cheryl, hey, I'm glad you joined. Nice to see you. But all right, guys. Yeah, any questions before we finish on up? Everything is always working on our fear. That's a good mantra, especially if you can allow yourself to soften into that. Positive mantras don't work if it's backed by fear. So if you're fearfully saying, I'm powerful, I'm powerful, I'm powerful, it's kind of canceling out the words, but if you can actually allow yourself to feel like I'm powerful, and muster up that feeling of powerfulness, it actually helps to rewire the subconscious and bring that energy up. But thank you so much, guys, for being here. Also, if anyone is interested in a one-on-one session, I do offer one-on-one sessions of intuitive energy healing. I've changed the name, and identity reset sessions, which includes hypnotherapy mixed with the energy healing together. And the hypnotherapy I do in sessions goes a bit deeper, but longer than what you see on the page so far. But yeah, how is this working in my favor? What's interesting? I think when it comes to negative things that we perceive to be negative, that repeat, the one thing that doesn't change a lot of the time when someone keeps repeating a negative thing, they're like, why is this negative thing happening all the time? Is their perspective of the negative thing. So if you can allow yourself to shift your perspective when this negative thing happens to observing it, taking a third person perspective on it, it'll help you to kind of move through that energy so that it's not affecting you as much. And when something affects you less, you start experiencing it less. And yeah, it's a helpful thing to feel the emotions and let it move through you than to judge it and to identify with it and to attach yourself to it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you again. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'll be back with some videos throughout the week. Take care. See ya. Bye. Uh-oh, how do I end it? Oh, there we go.